I found the best way to hold yourself accountable to your TBR list is to make a video giving people a schedule so they can read along, and that'll usually keep you locked in. So let's talk about my plans for the rest of the Wheel of Time series in 2020. Hey, what's up, bookworms and wheelies? Mike here again to talk about the Wheel of Time, and more specifically, my plans to finally finish this series in 2020. I started in March of last year. You can find all of my Wheel of Time stuff right here. There's been all kinds of stuff from the TV show to the books to speculation to wish list, everything you could think of through the first 8 volumes. Now, a lot of people have been questioning, when do you plan to finish this series? Because I've said I like to take breaks between the books. It helps you avoid burnout, especially during that whole 7 through 10-ish kind of range that people start to really complain about some of these books getting a little long in the tooth, rather. So I have finally put together a schedule to finish this series, and I want to tell you about it. I talked about it a little bit in my video about the Cosmere, about how I was going to be tying this in around that schedule, but I've kind of locked up my schedule for 2020 basically, between Cosmere stuff, between Wheel of Time and the Dresden Files. So this is going to be a very tight year on the schedule, but there will be lots of content on the channel outside of just those things. So no worries there if you aren't into those 3 series. But what you're here for probably is to hear about my plans to finish the Wheel of Time. As you know, I finished Path of Daggers, I think it was right before Christmas or so. It was probably a little earlier than Christmas. But I said I wanted to take a little break before I continue the series with book number 9, Winter's Heart. Now, if you watch my Path of Daggers video, you know how I feel about the Shido. So this book, I know, is basically the Shido book. So you don't have to warn me about these things, guys. I know what I'm about to get into. I feel like Winter's Heart and Crossroads of Twilight are almost always going to be someone's least favorite book in the series. I know. So I know where I'm at. I'm expecting it. So you don't need to give me all those warnings. But February, I do intend to start this. In fact, actually, I'm reading Elantris right now. So as soon as I finish Elantris, I'll be starting on this. Might be the beginning of February. It might be the end of January. I don't know. Just depends on how that goes, along with that Rage of Dragons read along that I'm doing right now. But February is going to be Winter's Heart, and we'll see what happens there. And then obviously, this is going on like once a month. The big one, Crossroads of Twilight, is going to be in March. I am also doing Mistborn for Brandon Sanderson in March. But since I've already read those, I'll just be doing videos for those. So I feel like I'll definitely have time to be able to squeeze this in. And I know, guys, I know how you all feel about this book. But obviously, I'm not going to skip it or just read a Wikipedia like some people have suggested. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not a wiki reader. I know lots of booktubers out there like to pretend that they read a lot of these books and they just read the Wikipedia or the chapter summary pages. I'm not that guy. I am a completionist. I am always going to read these things. I'm always going to give you my thoughts on them when I'm done. So not taking shots at anybody. I'm just saying that I'm not that guy. I'm never going to be that guy who just skips a book or reads a summary of it. Then moving along until April, obviously you're getting the pattern here. Knife of Dreams, the last Robert Jordan book in this series. So I'll probably be taking a special time out in April after I finish, not only to do a review of this book, but to also do like a tribute or like a farewell, a thank you to Robert Jordan up to this point, because I want to give respect where it's due. Even though people felt like things really fell off for him towards the end of it, I want to give the man the props that he deserves by the time I finish Knife of Dreams, which I've heard a lot of people say this is obviously where the books pick back up. So, again, this is all stuff I'm just hearing, guys. I don't know if you have different opinions. These aren't mine. I haven't read them yet. So I don't know. Where was I? Well, that was February, March, April. So May, tying in with my Cosmere video. If you guys don't know, I am reading the entire Cosmere in 2020. Or the stuff that I haven't read, actually, but I'll be doing videos for everything. I'll be doing everything leading up to the release of Stormlight 4. And kind of as like a bonus to that, I am tying in, obviously, because of my finishing of Wheel of Time, I'm going to be tying in the Brandon Sanderson books. And starting in February, March, April. May is going to be The Gathering Storm. And then June is going to be Towers of Midnight. And I feel like I don't hear too many people say that these last 3 books are bad. I don't really hear anything about that. And I don't know if that's just Sanderson honks. I'm one of them, so I'm not. That's not an insult, or what that is. But I traditionally hear a lot of people have Towers of Midnight, Gathering Storm, and Memory of Light sometimes in their top 5 of Wheel of Time books. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping that's how I feel as well. And then July/August. July has kind of some busy things in it. The new Dresden book comes out then. I want to give a lot of time to Dresden and stuff like that. But I want to give A Memory of Light and the Wheel of Time saga itself the time it deserves. So if this flows between July to August, that's why. Because, I mean, not just because it doesn't look like it's a light read, but I want to give it the time that it deserves. So July and August, I'm saying, is kind of the time frame I have for A Memory of Light. But guys, if you're one of those who's been with me since Eye of the World back in March of 2019, this is great. This is a full culmination of this entire series. And even though right now I'm like, okay, you got 6 tomes left. You still got a ways to go. But over the course of 6 months, that really ain't that big of a deal, right? When I first started this series, I read the first 4 in about 6 weeks. So I felt like that deserved a little bit of a break. I ended up taking a much longer break than I intended because First Law stuff. Sorry, I've been sick. Sorry. So that's kind of what the delay was. It was never I'm exhausted with the series, I don't want to continue, anything like that. Just real life happens sometimes. Things get in the way. There's so much other stuff that I wanted to read. I never intended to tie myself down to 14 books in a row. In fact, when I first set out to do this, it was just to stay ahead of the TV series. And now it looks like I'm going to be done with the entire series before the first season of the TV series airs. So that's really it, guys. I just want to tell you that I do have a schedule now to finish the series. So if you guys, like I said, if you've been with me since the beginning, it's great. Thank you so much for sticking along with me. I know a lot of people were upset in my Path of Daggers review because that was the first time I felt like I had more cons than pros for a Wheel of Time book, and a lot of people didn't know how to handle that. I'm always going to be honest, you guys. It's always constructive criticism. It's never unruly. It's never just slander for slander's sake. I don't like to be that guy. I'm always going to be constructive about these things. But I'm still very excited for the series. Excuse me. I'm excited to see where it ends. And I thank you guys for not being spoilery, because I know a lot of people just love to spoil things for other people, but it seems like wheelies are really, really good about experiencing this through other people's eyes and stuff like that. So I'm enjoying the ride, and I'm so happy that a lot of you guys have chosen to take it with me. So thumbs up, guys. We're going to do this. We're going to finish off in July or August, and then expect like a full retrospective for this entire series. So I'm excited, and I can't wait to talk to you guys about it. So thanks for watching, and I will talk to you then.